win. They have not been pressured at all, and now all of a sudden they're getting slapped in the face by Secret.
No, Pro is tasting their own medicine. It's what they usually do to other teams. They just play aggressive. They don't let go. Suddenly, game ends in 20 minutes. I think they don't know how to react to this.
Now the Magnus hasn't been banned yet, right? Because there's so many other things that you need to think about. Early Sven now getting banned out. The Tiny, something that we've seen before.
And do you first phase the Luna as Team Secret if it is left in the pool by Virtus Pro? Because 2 out of 3 bans are already gone. Now, there is a school of thought that says if it's any other team in the world, I mean, both of these teams are mathematically in the TI. And there is a school of thought, you're down 2-0 as Virtus Pro that, okay, they got this one. Again, that is just not at least what we've seen over the last year or so, and arguably, too, that is not in this team's DNA.
Yeah, I mean, Virtus Pro hasn't let off the gas pedal yet, and they've known that they have qualified for a little bit of time here. It's not like that just happened a few hours ago. They've known, and they have still acted like absolute titans.
I'm trying to find a reason, a real one, how they did lose so quickly, and the only thing that comes to my mind is they have a new logo inside of Virtus.
That's a really good point. Thank you, Lacoste.
That's why I'm here.
You see that V? Not something that we expected to see from Virtus Pro.
Where's? Wait a minute.
On the banner.
You took Boris off the logo. What?
Yep.
You took Boris off your logo. You can't do that.
There's the Magnus.
I think that's just the claw mark on V from Boris.
All right, the Roger Earth Spirit, again a staple.
This is basically 1, 1, and 0. Score is Team Liquid won game 1. Team Secret won game 2. Virtus Pro still at 0.
All right, that Magnus does end up getting banned. We see that Earth Spirit. Not too shocked there as an opener on the side of VP. Naz, are you still thinking that the Luna may be dropped in here at the very beginning?
It's Puppey, dude.
OD's in the pool.
OD's in the pool. They're going to go, okay, going to go back to the Undying.
They opened up with the Rasta in the first game.
Undying Rasta was the pairing.
That first game wasn't necessarily a 17-minute game, but it definitely worked out fine.
In a way, though, it was just as impressive. Because, look, this is going to happen. It hasn't happened as much in this meta, and that's part of the flip side of having these heroes, so few heroes picked early on in the tournament. There's, again, the OD first phase pick.
Let's see if there's going to be Pugna again. It was not very successful. Looks good on paper, though. There it is. I mean, just go for green heroes. Who has more green heroes wins the game. Write that down, Richard.
I actually don't mind that so much.
I wrote that down day one. I wrote that down before I even fucking got here. Go green, baby.
Now is where you really expect the Luna. Because I think Luna could just that's the thing that scares me most about that Team Secret draft in the last game is I feel like Luna could just as easily have been a core. And that you could have picked a strong support for YapzOr, and that draft is still scary. Maybe not as completely OP as with the Drow, but I'm sure that Secret would be happy to play that lineup with YapzOr and Rubik.
How much HP would Undying have if he's paired up with Luna? Strength Steal, extra strength from Luna's Blessing.
Out of curiosity, banning out the Luna here, if let's say VP decides to ban out the Luna.
They're taking time too. This is an unusual place to invest a bunch of reserve time.
What would the risk be to ban out the Luna?
Well, exactly that you know you're very worried about. Zayas kind of crushed you in the first couple games. Certainly in game 1. I mean, he was game 1. His Timber Saw was barely behind that PL.
Zayas' performance in this whole tournament just amazing.
I absolutely agree. People forget, right? Before he took the year break to finish his schooling, he was actually around TI5. He was viewed as a lot of the Chinese organizations had him as the top-rated Western player overall. And that's after getting dumpstered by Sumail for how long?
Oh, yeah.
So what do you think of the Pugna? The cost, you said, didn't perform well, but on paper it seems strong. Is that what VP needs to operate off of here, theory crafting, or the fact that they, on a results-oriented form of logic, they already saw this run into a wall?
Sometimes you base your opinion on previous performances, what should be good in theory, but sometimes it's not about the one versus one match, about the team.
Right. And I just think it's so important. It's a fun game to talk about, and Puppey obviously owned in the draft, but I don't know that you change your hero evaluation too much after that last game, other than potentially just being more aware of the Luna.
I think at this
Wow,
point,
look at the facial expression though by no one. I mean this is not the same VP that we saw walk on stage.
well, I mean, they steamrolled everything, right? This is the first time that they're potentially going to lose a series, and it's in the grand final. My question for you, Nahaz, is if you're VP right now, are you also still scared about the fact that you expect Team Secret to have more of this up their sleeve, right? You don't necessarily expect this from what we've seen from Puppey so far, even in the 2 series with these guys going head to head, to have more up his sleeve.
I think you can beat yourself by being too worried about the cheese strats. Obviously, there's something that you have to be aware of, but at the same time, you can't get too caught up in pre-countering them and go completely away from what makes you good, because for every Luna support strat that you see, for every 5-man melee strat that you see that works, you see a couple that don't, and Reddit's talking about how the drafter's a complete idiot. So I think as VP, I actually kind of like that they stuck to their guns here.
Shadow Shaman still in the pool, they kind of open up with the same thing. Shadow Shaman into Pugna's ward. This is one of the things that don't work in theory. Yeah, you use wards, well, there's Pugna ward, and you kill yourself, but it depends. Pugna's dead. You drop the wards. Before Pugna plants his ward.
It is still viewed.
Are you even listening to me, Richard?
No. I'm just trying to actually look on Secret's side right now to figure out if those are the same colors. They might be going with one color strategy here as well. The all green still represented by VP, but I can't quite figure out.
Well, are we going to count OD as green? I'll give you a pass. I'll count OD as green.
Are you counting?
He's green.
Yeah.
I don't think all people would agree with you on that, but hey,
There's
you're
the
the analyst
Rasta.
here.
I do think that there's something to that, Lacoste, about Rasta is a very mana hungry hero. He is susceptible to that, but again, it's so much less relevant, I feel, in this meta now that everybody's buying these stat items, everybody's tanking it, right?
If Team Secret plays like they played in the last 2 games, Pugna's not even gonna have board skilled because he's not gonna be level 10.
Well done, sir. You are correct. Oh goodness.
Yeah, the draft.
Come on, just take like a Dark Seer. Take something that's gonna crush in lane. Take something that combos with the Earth Spirit. Take team fight.
Team Secret, they need a hero that builds to pipe. I think that's what they're gonna look for in their next pick. A lot of magical damage.
Tide is
Tide
still
could
available.
work. He's green.
Darkseer Tide? No, they're gonna go.
Definitely a pipe carrier for sure.
Okay, you're talking about the next pick.
Yeah.
I thought you were being sarcastic. Lion the pipe carrier. Yeah.
Oh no.
They're locked down the 5 position. That's kind of the safe play with the 3rd pick overall in the draft.
10 seconds remaining.
So you say you want a pipe carrier on the side of VP?
No, Team
No,
Secret.
I mean, I guess both would be okay, but yeah, you need a pipe on Secret.
Okay.
Your VP, if anything,
Virtus Pros turn to
Okay.
Tide. That's what I think he was the best hero available in that. I still think Darkseer is okay for Versus Pro, but then you're again starting to feel like you're boxing yourself into a single core strat again, where Ramsey is going to be really the sole source of physical. That's
They could
10 seconds
grab.
remaining.
This is why I
5
like
seconds
by
remaining.
having OD blocking so many picks for enemy team,
Exactly.
and it opens up so many picks for
Just
your
gonna say
own
that.
team.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I think it's a reasonable pick for sure. It potentially gives you a way to take OD out of the fight. It feels so single core again.
10 seconds remaining.
Is there a way to resolve that though at this point, Nahas?
Just repick
5
a
seconds
hero.
remaining.
Well, my favorite way, yeah, my favorite way to resolve that is just by going tempo, but Jug's already banned.
Okay.
Right. I would have said okay, because that's the other thing is, again, both teams really lack anything against BKB. But at the tempo of these games, like it's less relevant. I mean, you saw, you know, OD in game 1 just basically Midas straight into it, but the game was already decided at that point.
OD, going back to this hero and how influential it's been at the end phases of this tournament, it really does seem like EG, you know, the first team to really show what OD could do. 5 games in a row for them. Then finally it starts getting banned out. But here we're going to see it get through on the side of Secret.
Everybody's going to hate me saying that. Feels like TI4. I mean, the pace of these games is just ridiculous.
I mean, we had worse batches than this one for sure.
No. I don't think. I think 720 is certainly better than 681.
The only thing I don't like about this batch is there are a lot of heroes seem so weaker than others and just feel unpickable.
Agreed. I think that's part of the reason that you saw the condensed hero pool early in the tournament. It's interesting to me that Secret is the one that eventually banned the Luna here.
Yeah. Why do you think Secret are going for that Luna ban? You thought maybe VP was going to ban it out early.
Yeah,
you thought maybe Secret was going to first phase the Luna. So to see Secret's last ban be the Luna, what does that say to you, Nahas?
Again, it's just they have to be focused of limiting the hero pool of Ramses, and there's your hypercarry for Ramses. I like this pick a lot more now that we saw how quickly Nisha was able to get the Diffusal Blade online in game 1. Ramses needs to come online so fast in this game, but I do think the laning potential is a little better. Problem is how much is Secret going to be able to get themselves a laning advantage with this 5th pick, arguably for Nisha?
Cost, in this last pick, are you thinking about laning?
Oh my God, that's so disgusting.
I was looking at their previous draft, that's why I didn't say anything, and because Nahas talks a lot, but I saw a Visage, and
dude, you know, like I get like 3 Reddit hate threads now. Go ahead, buddy.
Give him one more. We're not stopping until it's at least 5 of them. So Visage, they're going all in. They don't have late game with on side of Team Secret besides OD, and this kind of a lineup is going to fall off if Virtus Pro manages to survive after 30-minute mark. If they don't lose the game in 30 minutes, I think VP is just going to take this one.
Do you count Rasta as green?
Definitely not.
If he takes some of his medicine, you could see him as a green.
All right, so maybe not all green, but it is looking like it is going to be all early game. The question is, are we going to see an incredibly quick end to the CQ Major? Secret may be able to do this 3-0. We'll have to see what VP has to say.
I don't know if Richard there was searching for the 5th element inside of Team Secret to see if everything's green. But his staff is green. That's what he has. It's a green animation on it. That's right. I went to a Bruce Willis movie at the start of this.
Yeah, but I don't know how you're getting green element. I've seen the movie, but you're off. The game, Toby.
He can be on.
Secret might 3-0 Virtus Pro. And I know Lacoste is like, oh, they only have late game. It doesn't matter, all right? It's not about the individual heroes, okay? So far, Secret has demonstrated we're going to crush you. We are going to win this game fast. And that is how they draft. That is how they're playing. It's the synergy but in the lineup. They're drafting what Puppey wants. He doesn't give a damn what you pick.
Bad. It's like Kyle's focusing on the positive. Lacoste, he was ripping the crap out of you as well. Let's focus on the negative things of the patch. This may be our last day of the patch. Focus on what's beautiful about it.
And you can tell, like, the Visage last pick is not a good counter pick to a Phantom Lancer.
Yeah.
But when you combine it with what Secret's got, so much sustain from the Undying. You got a frontliner and team fighting the Tide. You're going to be able to drop Rasta wards, the Tombstone, the Visage Birds. you need a Crimson Guard stat on the side of Virtus Pro. If you do not have one by the time Secret threatens your high ground, I believe you just lose the game. Yes, you will have inevitable PL problems on the side of Secret. He immediately kills Tombstone. You wreck through Visage. OD has a big problem dealing with it, but I don't know. I like that they went Brew, however. A lot more team fight, comes online a lot faster than Doom, but isn't enough.
Yeah, and that's what they need, VP to step up. Like, the whole discussion was, what can be that one position that's able to fight earlier on? What can actually stand against Team Secret, but also transition into late game? Top rune contest is actually going to be, well, Roger did not get that one. Actually, yeah, he did. Never mind. Roger got that one, so 2-2. 2-2 trade. Everything is fine. But this is another aggressive lane from Team Secret. So they put the Visage not in the mid, they put him on the bottom. Of course, you're going to put the OD in mid up against Pugna. Another matchup exactly the same as previous. So I'm really interested to see just how much farm you can get on the Brew. If you're talking about Crimson Guard, how does that lane matchup work? Because how does ES even harass Zai out of the lane? That's a lot of tangos, got 2 salves on this Tidehunter. He can just stand against Pasha.
Yeah, and this is one of the downsides of Earth Spirit. We've talked about this a lot, but if he isn't able to find kills, the hero feels rather ineffective. His damage output is not so high, and the way Secret is playing, like, what, combined 36 minutes of Dota? If we keep this up, we'll have had a longer fill before that show match than the entire grand finals. And I gotta say, if that were to occur, this would be one of the most impressive things I've ever seen in eSport, let alone Dota.
It would be really depressing for Virtus Pro. It's kind of a horrible thing for them, where they still have, like, if this series does go the way of Team Secret, they still have not won a single major event, a single LAN event inside of China. And Team Secret, I can correct myself from the previous cast as well, thanks to the fact they're now in minimum 2nd position. They have already qualified for TI with the 6,000 points, which is the minimum they require. Bottom lane, there's a lot of fires. The Shackles out over on Ramses. The stun from Solo can create some space, but the damage is already done. Puppey, 12 strength already stolen. I think mid one's looking for his own little fight against no one under the tier 1 tower, but this is
an incredibly strong tri lane from Secret. You have Undying Rasta. Rasta 76 damage, level 1 hero. He has no stat items. Visage has been one of the most powerful cores in the tri lane for years, and I know I say shut down Pasha, but it's all about the win condition, really. And Nisha, yeah, you had PL problems in the favor of Secret in the first game. He had free farm. This time they recognize, hey, if we slow down Ramses, what are you going to do to our draft?
Yep. This does feel a little odd, though, because differences with Virtus Pro is they're running Pasha on the offlane, who's not great at clearing out waves. Nowhere near as good as doing as the Centaur. And Roger staying up on top lane. He'll rolling boulder forward, but there's a double creep wave for the Dire side there to help out. Zai just anchor smashes, and VP does no damage back, while on bottom lane, a doppelganger away. Ramses will be able to escape this fight.
It's an Arcade Rune Undying, though. That's real frustrating to play against.
It's 470 HP on a PL. At least his stick will be effective, but Shaman, stick charges will give him the shackles available, but he will not burn it. Meanwhile in mid, it's OD, mid one who's in trouble. No one and Roger working together. He's looking for a denial, will not happen. Roger waits out the attack and then hits him with a stick.
It's just so cool watching these two teams play, like two titans of Dota. Yeah, mid one recognizes, I need a Fairy Fire and also go for the deny. And they...
I think Solo's in trouble on bottom. Actually, no. There's no initiation, realizing Nisha's a little bit too far away. Take it back to you, Carl.
Secret also doing a good job denying creeps back and trying to acquire lane control. In this 3-on-2, if you can plant yourself in a scenario where your creeps are in front of your tower, especially since that ward, are they body blocking Easy Camp? It hasn't spawned, and that's huge if you can get lane control here, because look at Lion. I mean, you can't do anything to these two supports.
He's almost got like perfectly timed the stun, but when YapzOr moves forward, like Ether Shock level 1's not enough to kill off Ramses. Meanwhile up on top, Zai. Here they go again. Virtus Pro looking for the kill. They will bring down the Tidehunter. Not an easy task. And they're doing this still with a dual lane, so it feels like Ramses is definitely being sacrificed. He'll use his doppelganger straight away and get into the trees.
He's still CSing just fine, though. So, yeah, Secret, you're applying a lot of pressure, but you're cool with this on the side of VP because your Earth Spirit is activated. Roger does not want to play bottom, and I think that that's what Secret's attempting to do with this tri-lane, because if you can force Roger down here, his impact on the map disappears. He can kill mid, he can kill top, as we've seen demonstrated, And if you're able to survive down here, this is huge. You don't necessarily need Ramses to have this incredible start. You just can't have him out of the game. And with 16 CS, he's perfectly happy with this.
Yeah, he gets what he needs. No one's having a good time in mid. Number one CSs are up for him, as well as the Brewmaster. But keep in mind the Brewmaster was taking a lot out of the jungle, but he's still number 2 on the net worth. Hilarious enough, number 1 net worth, it belongs to the Visage. It's all down for Nisha, and they want Ramses. Already uses Doppelganger. 5-6 charge will be difficult. Nisha building up the Soul Assumption charges. Ramses is low, and with that 32 HP, one more attack, still not enough. And we actually get mid one dying in the mid lane. So Nisha survives, and the Ramses survives, and the OD goes down. Got to get my head in the game like VP.
Yeah, this is looking much better for Virtus Pro, and this game, they'll actually have the tools to fight and combat Secret as they attempt to push objectives.
They're going for more with the attack. Ramses against YapzOr. Ramses really low on life, gets the kill, 8 HP. Phantom Lancer will survive. This allows them to actually get 4 of the bounty runes. Is it all 4? It's going to be, yeah, it's all 4.
Hey, credit to Virtus Pro. No matter if they win or lose this game, they got crushed 2 consecutive games in a row after really not even being challenged in this tournament, and they are not tilted one bit.
They're chasing after Zai. No Ravage available, and look how much damage they do. He's salving up quickly and on the run. The blast won't be able to connect, so Zai gets more regen time, but that's why they're rolling Boulder in. Good anchor smash removes so much the damage, but you still got the blast from no one. Guaranteed damage. And even on bottom, they're going once again, this time over on solo. Support is there, it's PL, but actually the bigger one, Undying is moving over. Shackle, as you said, M3, but that's why Phantom Lancer doppelgangers and moves away. They're not killing Ramses. At least killing Lion and keeping him on level 2 stops the combination with the Pugna.
Oh my god, but look at Nisha's item. He already has the Helm of the Dominator. Like,
he's and he's going to pick up a SATA.
The best crew. Like, you could see, this is a concept that's been known by teams in Dota, but not really abused by anyone but Secret to this extent until now. Damage, amplification, and reduction. The previous game, they had 3 different auras they were abusing. 4 if you count, like they had defensive Sven E, they've got Pipe, they've got Vlad's, and all these, oh my god, it's crazy.
Zai is having a couple of troubles against the Brewmaster. Mid lane is also setting up for a gank at the same time. These Suns continue. Pasha, he just mangoes and gets the damage, then in towards mid. OD under the tier 1 tower. Virtus Pro, they are all over this map. PL's abandoned bottom, so Secret cannot even get a rebuttal. But because no one is playing that Pugna with a lot of farm and a lot of levels, he is just wrecking apart that mid tower with the level 4 blast. It's really punishing, so it ends up being a tier 1 tower trade-off.
Favors VP for sure, though. They get this mid objective that makes it significantly harder for Dire to do Roshan. And notably, VP chose Radiant this game. Secret, they went first pick, and I believe game 1 or 2, and Secret just abused this Radiant advantage. They did Roche first, they took better objectives, and Dire's side is more difficult to play with this style because Roche isn't as easy for you to take.
Oh, hello to OD. He knew someone was nearby. ES starts his rolling boulder forward, doesn't get the stun, but damn, with the Nether Ward and the kick follow-up. One more attack to kill off mid one. He'll cancel off his sound, but the shackles from YapzOr creating space. Puppey gonna work with him thanks to Tombstone already being dropped off. They don't want to kill it off. In fact, it's just a runaway. Lion's in trouble. The Undying minions are slowing him down. He'll kill off one more of them, so now at least he can have his movement speed back in a second, but no. YapzOr shackles him up. Mid one will find the rebuttal kill. But everyone starts coming mid for Team Secret, creating space on the safe lane. Finally, PL will get some farm, or will he? Nisha wants to keep the pressure on Ramses.
No, but did we even talk about top tower being dead? Like, Secret's already down 2 towers. Only 1,000 gold bottom.
That was nice. He denied the SATA. It was the kill that PL was really looking for. And thanks to the 2 Dire Observer Wards that Secret's placed across the Radiant jungle, it's so difficult to bring support and surprise Nisha on bottom lane.
Unless, of course, you pick up a timely invis rune. You can see no one heading right for it. He's got the bottle prepared, and this is dangerous. The downside of the tri-lane meta is that you empower the enemy solos with a massive level advantage, and you need to be scared of any rotations. Pugna and Brew are so powerful at this phase of the game, especially when they're level 8.
They're hunting. The Radiant Observer Wards, actually, you'll see the Undying in the trees, but they're rotating down, and they're going to find YapzOr. He's a stun controller. Nisha, he'll walk into the rest of them. A Hex, a stun, that's the one they want. They want the Visage Step with the shock. The drain is there, and they just pull the life out of Nisha. Then it's support time. YapzOr will at least avoid the blast. Here comes time. Wait for the Ravage! into 3, hits 4 in fact. The Yankees match killing off Solo. They get the control on Pugna. He's the bigger one, but that's why PL needs to do more damage. But you're right, OD is here. No Eclipse, no Hammer, ready to drop down yet. Just build up the intel, and that may be enough to get the kills. Puppey will get himself a double out of this. PL runs away, gets out to safety. So Team Secret, they do kill off the mid and the support. But I still wonder if it's worth it for Team Secret.
I think you take that. It went a hell of a lot better than you would expect. Great decision from Zai to rotate down there. Always difficult playing Tidehunter because the moment you move, like he gave Pasha a ton of space top, who's also now looking to dive middle. He's got split ready. Nisha does not have birds yet. Solo's looking for a stun.
With the phase boots, the high movement speed running into the tree line. He's not there. Radiant Observer Ward reveals him. He'll come out of the fog. Puppey's nearby, but no tombstone available. In fact, the kick and silence. Roger ensures the Puppey cannot help him, and that is one dead Nisha. And with the Brewmaster split, Nisha, okay, they'll stun him up and finally bring him down. Now they can turn over to the Undying. That little bit of a delay may actually allow Puppey to survive this, but the Brewmaster, he doesn't get the spin up. The arms from the Storm Brewling started going on OD, but it's all a little too late.
They control 3 bounties though, so you're okay with that. Trading 1 hero for the Brew split at this phase of the game and getting bounties, I think you'll take that trade if you're Secret. But for the first time in this series, Virtus Pro has equalized the game. Secret is not able to just march down lanes as 5. They're not in this huge advantage. It's still real Dota, and Virtus Pro have got to feel confident that at some point Ramses will win them the game, as he has so many times in this tournament.
And he's looking for the kill as well. Hex quickly from YapzOr means the attack won't be able to connect, but they break the trees. The doppelganger forward supports nearby from Lion, and he needs the experience from this kill too. So he'll provide the hexes, he'll provide the follow-up stun, and allow Ramses to close the distance and get the kill. More life for him while on bottom lane. Pasha stunning his own initiation, working with the ES. Zai begins his TP out. They have no stuns available.
That was sick. He juked the rock stun from Roger, the roll-in, and then just TPs in his face. There's nothing you can do about it. Mid-tower.
As TPs are coming from no one, but how do you defend this? Everyone's like, okay, fine. We push bottom lane. Catapults up. You've still got Pugna. So pushing the lane is quite strong and fast. The same for Nisha. With birds available and having the blind stone, they can wreck through towers quite quickly. Undying wants to fight on bottom. Decrepify, blast, kick, slam. Whoa! Goodbye, Puppey. Rolling Boulder away. They don't want to get in front of that Tidehunter. His Ravage is back off cooldown, but OD is finding Pasha running through the river. Imprisonment will buy time for everyone else to move over. Shaman got wards, shackle, hexes. They got all the controls in the world. They'll start with the hex, follow with the shackles, and goodbye, Brewmaster.
That's another trade you'll take. Pasha a bit over eager there. You've got to be more careful when you're playing against this many disables on the side of Secret. Once again, mid one going to go for a Midas. Curious, he went for that last game as well, even though they ended the game, you know, like 15 minutes. I don't even know if we got a chance to use it. Oh, man.
You'll take the attack speed. That's fine. Then again, he had the draw aura last game too, so maybe not as useful. So Ramses is finally finding some farm inside the jungle. Nisha's doing the same type of thing, but it's the PL, right? Like, he's the real problem child for Team Secret.
The Pugna as well, because until you get BKB up on mid one, you really can't play into the Nether Ward. And part of the reason that fight in the bottom jungle went so well for them was because VP actually chased past the ward, and now you have nothing to really stop this OD from pummeling you with these pure damage orb attacks.
But do you want to get the BKB this early on an OD? Like the panel was saying as well, like, it's not an item you want to really grab on him. Zai, Pasha wants to have a little bit of fun with this, clamps, but it's a Tidehunter.
That's part of the reason you're going for the Midas first, though, because that already covers you. You're going to scale. You don't have to worry about just falling off the face of the planet if the game goes further than 20 minutes.
I'm looking at no one. Like, he's already got Ether Lens, he's building it to Dagon, and combining with Lion, who, please, someday solo hit level 6. Look at actually the amount of damage from no one. 10,000 hero damage at the 30-minute mark is only going to amplify up with Decrepify, Dagon, and you saw a combo with the Brewmaster clap as well. That's so much damage. The Tide, he may not even be able to get his combo off. They're cheering for the tower, which will finally be brought down by no one. The glyph was, it was expendable.
Yeah. And it's, you know, it's the first game, and I always love talking about the Secret supports and how much more farm they end up having than their opponents. We didn't really get a chance to see that because these previous 2 games have been so quick, but if they win this game, look for them to be most of the reason why.
EPs are coming in, thanks to the observe board on the hill. BP know exactly what they're going to get themselves into.
OD has a Midas now. Nisha just been farming away.
Zai's in a nice wraparound through the tree line. Dire's courier will be sniped off by the Brewmaster. And here comes your Ravage. The pop-off partner. Mass Serpent Ward trapped up. He cannot get away. Couldn't even get the 21 charges off. So Rolling Boulder and VP, they are bailing the hell out. This Ravage is down, but meanwhile, PL continues to farm up. Ravage is blowing. Team Secret won't be able to take another big fight for a while.
Nisha was a little slow on that movement. Zai may have jumped the gun just a little bit too quickly, because if he had 5 more seconds, that Visage would have been able to pincer over and choke out at least 1, possibly 2 more Virtus Pro heroes. Instead, they've blown Ravage, they've blown Roster Wards. Brew Split is up, and he's got a haste rune. Look for them to use it ASAP.
I don't think he wants mid one, however. He's kind of alone. Okay, he does. He'll go straight to the split, start with a stun. He'll need follow-up damage, but no one is really here. This is a pretty heavy commit of the Brew Split to try and keep the harassment up, unless he's just trying to create a little bit more space. ES will arrive. And he does at least force some rotations from Team Secret. The TP to the Shrine from YapzOr. Looking for another fight as Brewmaster's back into his normal self.
That's the first mistake like I've really seen from a team thus far in this tournament, or this series. You have a window where Ravage is down, Pasha is a little overeager, and
there's a lot of
PLs.
They know which one's the real one. Yeah, Ramsey goes into the tree line. They'll require the stun from Shadow Shaman to hit the mark. A lot of PLs. Ooh. All right, well, there's another ulti going down.
Yeah, well.
Sandy's Eclipse being burnt and not connecting on the PL.
He's got no TP just yet, but there's no way Secret will know that. That's what I love about Ramses, though. Like, how cold does this guy's blood run? He's got no fear, doppels to the right, understanding that I have so much space. He ran all the way until he actually had doppel off cooldown again. Like, there's no way Secret catch him there unless they guess right.
He doesn't even have evasion items. Like, he's not going the mana style. He's going for the diffusal blade after getting the Yasha, understanding he still needs to be a presence in these fights. We asked for a core, a 1 position from Virtus Pro that can be involved early on. This looks like the exact build to achieve exactly that.
Yep. And VP, they understand the game state.
They're blasting. Trying to have a little bit of crack at Zai. He already has the hood available. Pugna.
Yep, and this is time for Secret. I think you want to look to move towards the Roche pit. You've got to increase the pace that you're playing at. It is not the same game anymore. You need to get, there it is. Yeah, walk straight in, there we go.
Tide Ravage is on cooldown for 5 more seconds.
Yep.
Ping comes in from no one on top of the pit.
Yeah, so for the next 5-10 minutes, you're going to have a huge team fight advantage on the side of Secret. Virtus Pro, you got to stall the game, do exactly what you're doing. Let them take a little victory here, but shove lanes, accelerate, get farmed, and then you need to win that one critical fight, probably inside of your own base.
Yeah.
That'll be enough, hopefully, to stop Secret's momentum. They're going to get the Aegis on the OD. He will be going for the BKB next, and that's the big timing that I think Secret are going to try and abuse to make something happen.
We'll see if they can. The critical items being there. This Arcane Rune's been held onto from no one for a while, but you've got both Dagon and Diffuser Blade flying to the bottom lane, where OD just TP'd. VP may feel strong enough to try and take the fight. Yes, actually, well, Brew Split's already off cooldown. Ty's showing himself up on top. Shaman as well. Brewmaster instantly into the split. This is where they're going to look for the fight. They want to try and grab Shaman, but it'll be tied under instead. Diffuser bladed up. Doppelgangering. Okay, they switch the targets. They really want to kill off YapzOr. No control, no stuns. Nisha was moving over too, even with his Alpha Wolf. Doesn't want to be involved in this fight. Puppey, he'll do the same, but the tier 2 tower on bottom lane was pressured this entire time. Nisha sent up and towards the air. Now Brewmaster still a little bit too deep into this, and maybe it's time to give up this fight as the Ravage kicks in. There's still no support arriving for Virtus Pro, but on bottom lane, they're pressuring into the tier 3 towers. This is when the Pugna can do his work, so they go for the PL. They do get the kill out, but bottom lane, the tower's down to 50%. Virtus Pro, were they really just trying to bait this out? Nether Ward's planted, Decrepified Dagon and Finger of Death should be able to instantly kill off this Tide. They didn't get the exact timing. Kraken is such a pain in the butt.
Just sick if they can get the tier 3. If they don't get the tier 3 though, I'll still give this exchange win to Secret.
Rolling Boulder, they're coming in, they're looking for Shaman, the Hex will come out, they're looking for the follow-up into Zai. It's not available just yet, but TP's arrived, and it's a double damage. OD ready to fight, has the Eclipse available, the Tide Hunter drops down low, the Finger of Death does not find the kill they're looking for, and yep, it's another Nether Ward they've got to go through. A quick banishment, Pugna, how do you want to try and play this one? Shackles on Roger. Decrepified tried to save him, but Puppey will arrive, and Roger will die. They do not take the tier 3 tower.
You take that if you're Secret. You got so many kills off of that. You saved your Aegis. You got top tower. And yes, that was a lot of damage on the tier 3. But let's be realistic. The way Secret is playing this game, you gotta win soon. So who cares if there's damage done on your tower, because you're gonna be taking the fight to Virtus Pro, probably in the duration of this Aegis.
Yeah, but like, can they still do it? Like, PL or empties instantly TP back up to top lane. Team Secret are on the defense, defending a tier 3 tower, fighting on their side of the river. Yes, you find the kills, but are they finding the objective-based gaming? That's still all 3 tier 2 towers up.
It's gonna
and
be,
VP's getting stronger and stronger.
It's gonna be about the time. As you look at Pasha, he's going for a Radiance. No blink, just that power. Your Earth Panda all of a sudden is going to be doing this massive AoE damage. It gives mischance to the birds, to all these heroes. We know how poorly OD does against evasion, and sure, he'll be able to BKB through it and have that true strike, but still, like, this is it. This is go time. It's that it's 20 minutes in, and Secret's heading straight up the tier 3 tower. You got Pipe up on Tide. Flags.
They can't TP
25.
back. They can't TP back yet. Ramsey's has it on cooldown for 11 seconds. They actually cannot take this fight. They're trying to trade by pushing the tier 2 tower with the mass server wards down for Team Secret and the Alpha Wolf. The bonus damage is so high for Team Secret. Now the TPs will begin. They've already burned through their fortification. They have to take the fight. 8 seconds till Ravage is up. So Zyme in trouble. A huge magnetize into the back line and the silence. A double stun on OD. He can't get the damage off just yet. The Eclipse is ready to go, but OD, defensive imprisonment. He'll buy him time. Ravage is ready. And it's released into Virtus Pro. Team Secret, they're forcing the fight. PL will have to expend his buyback. The melee Rex will still die. They need to get some kills. Ravage is down. A great neck smash from Titan means they got almost no damage, and they turn for the fight, looking to pump it out. There's the Eclipse ready to drop. If they can just get him into an all position. Now, with so much stolen intel, will it be enough? No, the Aegis Maul's already triggered on him. He's lost none of it. But Puppey, frontline tanker, he still has the Aegis, the Immortal.
For another minute, Toby.
And he's being protected by Solar Crest. PL's at least doing work. Undying out of mana. These double stuns from Solo need to create more space. But maybe with the haze and the kicks, they just can't really fight this.
And they're still not leaving.
Yeah, they want to keep fighting this one. If someone wants to come into it.
Oh my God, they just took a Rax. It's what? I can't believe it. Virtus Pro, you know what Secret's trying to do, and they just caught you with your pants down. They're working on a melee Rax with no glyph available, and you're not even casting spells yet.
It's a Cloud9. That's almost what this is. Not ready to TP back, not ready to defend. Thought they had an extra 10 seconds, and Team Secret shut the door.
And, you know, we're talking about VP, but this one Rax gives such a huge gold infusion to the side of Secret that their max timing window to win this game is increased by at least enough time to carry them to the second Roshan. At 10 minutes, maybe, where you still have this window where I don't believe Virtus Pro can do a damn thing against this death ball.
They're coming back again. The Aegis Immortal may time out, but there's a double damage over on Nisha. All 5 heroes from Team Secret assemble in the mid lane. Tier 2 tower will drop. They're trying to get the split push up as quick as they possibly can. Hex is out, the trap on no one. He'll have buyback available. Tombstone is committed up on the high ground. The Puppey, he is the scout. He is the front liner. Plugged up, must buy back. No other choice. TP's finally coming back from the PL. He needs to land into the back lines. Some kind of copies. He used the doppelganger to try and get rid of the Tombstone. It's taking time. It may time out before they can actually kill the damn thing. Tombstone finally gone, but the tier 3 tower, 6 HP, rolling border forward. Look for the kick from the silence. OD's in trouble. Can't get the BKB off in time. OD will drop. The Hex is in control. It's good, allowing PL to get to the back lines. Look for anything. There's no Ravage. There's no big ultimates from Team Secret. Did they force this all too soon? OD's trying to return, but he may not have a team to return to. It's just Ramsey. Double kill for him. Going for the third. Over towards Puppey. Even if you have Ravage, you'll pop it now so OD can come back to the fight. He has Eclipse available. They're all dropping pretty low. The Eclipse pulls down. Lion will go down to the burst. Perfectly micro. Puppey finally dies. He really is the undying in this fight, but they're not done yet. Keep the fight going. BKB from mid one. It won't last long enough. They take it and pull him down. Down for the count. 73 seconds to the sideline, and they just keep going. Team Secret, they lose the whole kit and caboodle. Virtus Pro be fighting.
God, credit to VP. It looks like they're just done, Toby. They lose bottom Rax without a fight, and you're thinking they've got to be tilted. They've got to just be lost, and yet somehow they're still prepared to battle. They recognize the key target they've got to take out. They know Ravage is probably still on cooldown for a little bit, and they managed to 100-0 the Outworld Devourer of mid one before he can get off his BKB. Yeah, you can buy back, but they have no mid towers. It took him so long to get back to the engagement.
What even happened to the duration of the BKB? It felt like it didn't last at all.
No, it just, God, that is why this is, these are your Titans. These are the best two teams in Dota.
And now you can look at it like we've got a V-neck T-shirt coming into the graph. Net worth just slams straight back up again, and even higher on the swing of the experience. Almost 2,000, the first real lead that Virtus.pro has had in this series.
And look, you know, if VP go on to win this game, we're going to look at that as a throw. But I don't care. I love what Secret chose to do.
They had
got him up against the ropes. Yeah, you don't have Ravage. You could wait for the next Roche, but you play to win the fucking game, Toby. This is the grand finals, and you're looking at style. You know, it's punished. Well played, VP. Chill out a little bit.
They're going to hunt for more kills. They ain't chilling. It's a four-man smoke up. They'll reveal Ramses. A Blink Dagger is flying out for Pugna at the moment, and he's already got the level 2 Dagon. They want to pop. Dire Scan doesn't trigger. They're just far enough to the north of it. They're looking for the 25-minute boundary runes. They'll come down. Rolling boulder forward. Finding the back line. Stun on YapzOr. The kick and silence. It's huge from him. And getting PL in the mix. They have the damage, but PL actually is OD with the BKB. He's had to grab it. He's got no big ultimate. PL, he will go down. He couldn't survive. The Mouse 7 was chased this up. Undying can't move anywhere. They're still waiting for the right opportunity. Pugna, he's got drain, he's got damage. Odie's lost his BKB, and that's who's being drained out. Defensive imprisonment will save his life. Roger, back up. They battled the entire time under the walls, but the Cripper fight, they couldn't get the damage into Earthspirit. Gets a little bit more distance. One anchor smash, that'll do the work.
They can just shrine up and go, Toby. VP, this time they're the ones over aggressive. I like the confidence, but like you have the Brew with Radiance, you have PL with Manta, but they fail to recognize this is still, you're now charging up Secret's high ground. Maybe you can turn around and fight when they're running into your base.
It was a double tier high ground as well.
Yeah.
They bounced up and up. Puppey is currently just like waiting it out. Finally, the Mouse 7 wants all timeout so we can join his team. But Team Secret took that fight without Sandy's Eclipse, without Ravage.
I can't believe it. And both teams, you know, slightly over aggressive, but this is this kind of like brutal bloodbath Dota that I have missed. This is not what we were seeing from many other teams in this tournament. And all of, oh my, like look at this Visage, he has an Axe. He has an Axe. You want to talk about timings?
We are climbing.
They've got everything.
We are climbing. The Observer Wards are down. Team Secret with great information. You can have the Radiance completed on the Brewmaster, but it's not doing that much. He'll Cinderbrew, try and force Team Secret back. The only thing they don't have, which Secret do want, is the Mass Serpent Wards.
Roche's spawn. This is what we're thinking when we're Secret, right? You made this mistake once. You went high ground a little too early. Kill the top shrine. Camp the high ground again. They have a fresh ward down. You could potentially go try and Zerg Roche, or you might want to make that same move. But this time you got all your big cooldowns. And VP, you can't give away this Aegis. They're going to try to fight, and they have no vision. This is so spooky. And they're just going to stand here.
They want to fight. They put down their Dire Observer Ward. Now, keep in mind there is a sentry, but VP have no high ground vision, so they do not understand that these observers and sentries have been planted down. They don't see up. So Virtus.pro playing pretty dark on the map. They have one nice observer ward, which is back on the opposite side of Roshan. So if anyone walks there, they'll probably feel it. Scans not available from either side, so they can't get that information. But Brewmaster, he's just running forward. The Hex is down. The control, the kick, the silence. The Ravage is perfect. It'll hit so hard. Combining with the Eclipse, but Brewmaster, he almost got the split off. The buyback will come in. The Mass Servant Wars. They trap him. He's one. He can't get out. He's TPing away because he doesn't feel like he can still stay in this fight. But Ramsey's in big trouble. Doppelganger, 2 seconds, 1 second. He needs the time, but doesn't have any time. Shaman dies in the backlines while that was going on. They still want to bring down Roshan. Earthspirit rolling boulder away will get away from the damage. But the Brewmaster stuns. He's looking back into Roshan. They'll get some information. Solo, he gets a double stun plus the Hex follow-up. They're draining out the Undying. Dagon's available, but now they imprison Nisha. He's low on life. The Brewmaster forgotten with the finger and the Dagon. They're able to find the kill, but buyback available for Visage. Puppey still trying to fight this one out. The Brewmaster stuns are perfect, combining with the clap. Undying Soul will give him the life, but no one takes it away. Solo, how is he still alive? This guy is so damn good. Still running away. No one to help him out. Mid one. Now the run around, trying to juke it in the fog of war. Not going to be possible. Virtus.pro still with 3 heroes down, but they stop Roshan from happening. Eclipse and Ravage is on cooldown. This isn't a guaranteed Roshan for Secret anymore.
What a back and forth engagement. Secret, this time they're the ones that identify the core target. You take out the Brewmaster before he can get his split off. Yeah, there's a buyback, but you have that window now where you can continue pursuing. Ramses, again, dies. Too aggressive, trying to find kills on the back lines of Secret, but Zai's just sitting on top of him. You can't do a damn thing when this watermelon is just rolling you over.
Man, they take so long to kill off Roshan, but Virtus Pro are in no position to contest. Instead, Brewmaster's pushing out the top lane. Really felt like that was the first big fight. I felt like Pasha was like, I have a massive presence, never-ending stuns. The Radiance effect was never removed either.
And you have this, oh my god, the talents. All of a sudden, Puppey, he's dropping a tomb, and he's going to walk in and die. He has 3 bracers and pretty much nothing else. He doesn't,
no stun. Pasha's fine.
He dies, another tomb goes down. I love what they're doing. YapzOr is farming top. You'd think, oh, why is this 4 position? One, he's really greedy, but on the other hand, 400 gold to an Aghanim Scepter. Do you know what this does? It's good.
Okay, I was waiting for you to actually follow through with your own comment, but I guess not.
Oh my
these
god.
Axe timings, it's gonna wreck. I'm also seeing, however, a way to survive. So no one doesn't want to be burst down anymore. Able to actually have that disc.
They're so close to this massive power spike. You have Aegis, you can farm for another 2-3 minutes before you go high ground. You're trying to finish your Hex on OD. He will have that completed in just a few moments. You're getting the Ags on the roster.
The bottom lane's still pushing in. It's pushing back out, so VP, they're not heavily pressured. This is something that Ramsey's been really focusing on getting.
Your wards are going to do 2 attacks, okay? You can have 2 tombstones if your Undying actually dies. OD can BKB Hex anyone he wants. You know there's no buyback on Pasha. If he goes down, that's it. It's over.
They may come up. Ramses is still on the bottom lane, pushing in. So there's your Hex you're talking about. The Ags is on the courier for the Shaman. So this is available at a 4-man smoke up from VP. Just in case there's any wards inside the base, PL's already preemptively TPing back in. He needs to burn off some mana. Ties the one on the front line. Mass Serpent wards, they are planted down. Now they realize it's been upgraded. They are a lot more powerful than they were before. The kicks, the silence, but a Hex over online. That's doing some work. Familiar just instantly evaporates Solo. They're looking for the blast just to push back this creep wave, but it won't happen. YapzOr, he caught Roger in the trees, combining with the Ravage. VP, they're totally stunned in this series. The buyback does come in from Solo, so he can get back in this fight. Tidehunter, he's already burned the Ravage. Now it's time for Virtus Pro. They're going to keep their racks alive if they can continue this fight. Undying's being drained out, combining with a Finger of Death, but he's got 3k HP on that Undying. So hard to kill off. The Magnetize will turn on. Nisha's in trouble. He munches on the cheese, gets some more life back for the Shackles. Earth Spirit can't do any more, but Pugna can. Sitting on the high ground, looking for the follow-up damage. This Nether Blast cooldown time is doing some work, but they still need to find the kills. Can they get one? They do. It's OD, but it's only the Aegis Immortal. Puppey has finally gone down, but there's another tombstone to deal with. The follow-up stunts, mid one. Maybe they've actually got him. They're going to bring him down. Zai, he's actually get away with no hammer. VP stay alive, and Zai begins his retreat. They're letting him go. They don't want to fight. They're trying to get rid of the catapult. The melee racks is on 65 HP, 70 to 21. The catapult, kill that bloody thing. It's the stolen one. It won't get the hit off. The rock was almost going to launch.
Oh my god, what an engagement. Unbelievable Dota so far played by both teams. And if this ain't poetic, what is? 26 to 26. Kill score completely even. Oh, the birds! He got him with the birds!
Oh.
Backdoor oh my.
Visage is a dick.
Oh, you're thinking of Richard.
Same thing.
DD Rune bottom, Pugna in a little bit of trouble though.
Oh boy, I can't. They let the Tidehunter go in order to save the melee racks. Look, they had the great presence of mind, but they still lose the racks.
Here's the thing, even though the racks dies, I'd say that's still slightly favoring VP just because they got so many resources for their PL. Like he's suddenly got 5,200 gold. He could buy a heart or he could buy a BKB, and you're gonna hit a critical mass where Secret doesn't win these fights anymore.
He's already popped off his Lotus Orb. He's got no help around him. He started going after Solo looking for a kill, but the mana is burned off. Puppey, I don't think he can really help out. Zai, yeah, you're tanky, but now everyone else from Virtus Pro arrives. The Sora gets a lot more life, and Team Secret, they kind of want to fight. First Tombstone down, but the Brewmaster split, sending up the Undying into the air. Mass Serpent wants a good OG's building up. He's got the Eclipse ready. Earth Spirit protected, but then with the Cremify, he'll go down. Shaman finally cleaned up by PL. A great stun from Solo. The follow-up. Tidehunter finally goes down. Willie, 7 seconds till Ravage. He's got no man to work. He just keeps him alive. Puppey doing the work, but Zai is dead. And you've got the target. It's Nisha. Ramses wants it. Doppelgangers expecting the stuns, and ES rolls and Boulder 2. Visage, Nisha needs to die, and he does. Virtus Pro continue the fight. The bottom creep wave may force them to come back.
The courier died.
They don't want to come back.
I don't know what it was, but I believe that was a full BKB for Ramses that died on the courier on the way to this engagement. However, they win it anyway.
Do you push fast enough to go for a GG push here? Like, OD's still up, but there's no Eclipse. Ravage isn't available because Tidehunter's not available. They can take the tier 4 towers and go for more if they want to. They're losing their own tier 4s. Instead, they will claim the mid melee. They are going to claim the bottom melee as well. They cannot take top. Tier 2 tower is still available.
Oh, but this is all you need. VP, PL problems. So all of a sudden, they're the top 3 net worths in this game, and Virtus Pro backs against the wall, beaten to a bloody pulp. Somehow they have managed to not just stick in this game, but take a net worth advantage and equalize the Raxes.
What a play from VP. We have swung so hard again. Look at that almost vertical experience. Swinging by about 15k. Pugna looking to kill off the Visage Birds. No taking our side lane racks again. None of this split push, none of this ratty stuff. Can they finally actually get rid of that Observer Ward too? Roger will. Well done, Roger. That's been watching him move towards Roshan, and maybe that's the next point. He may respawn in 2 minutes.
Here's the thing. It's still not over just because of the amount of single target disable that Secret has. You can find pickoffs. You've got Rasta with a billion range Shackle or Hex. You've got a Hex on the OD as well, and then Ravage, of course, on top of it. The next Roche is Refresher. It's an accelerated game pace when this boss is dying at 15 minutes.
It's Shaman. It's Shaman as well.
Yep.
You get that double
or Ravage.
Or it could be Ravage. Or it could be Eclipse. Then again, he can't get one of those off anyway.
I think you do the double Rasta wards. You're right, because you can't do it. It's
There's
so much damage. The Rax mid will just die.
Yep. And it's not like Ramses can individually target these when the fights are already massively
far too
chaotic.
Complicated. Yeah, that finger from Solo was what killed Zion that last engagement, or he may have actually been able to walk it off. He had Ravage coming off cooldown.
I'm still wondering how they kill Undying. It seems so, well, bullshit, really. Like, he is surviving for so long in every single fight, and he's going to build into a Glimmer Cape. So they're actually getting a little bit of defensive items up against the Pugna's burst damage, up against that finger, up against all the magical pop they've got.
And this time they're going to have that wolf creep again. I know it seems ridiculous that this is something distress, but it's 30% damage to your team. That's a Venge. You have a Venge all of a sudden walking around behind your squad. They haven't had that in the last couple of engagements. I believe they killed one, which was possibly a critical mistake because of just how close these fights are.
That actually, if we can keep it alive too, Nisha having a fresh BKB for the next fight, remember that's going to be a 10-second one. It's so difficult for Ramses to get on top of him like he did last time. Like, he's been targeting Shaman at the beginning. Get rid of the Shaman, burn off the mana so he can't just mass Serpent Ward down. You remove this factor from the fight, but then he cannot move into the next target. They're all BKB. And
VP, I don't know if you can do this. Like, the problem they have is that they have a heart. You're stronger than you feel, and if Roche spawns, okay. If it had just spawned and they were able to get that on Secret, I would have been concerned because of the power of Refresher Shard in this game. You cannot give that away to Secret. This game is totally even. Yes, you have the late game, but I fear for your chances if you give Secret not just an extra life, but double. Like,
it's like VP don't even want the Refresher Shot themselves. It's just a pure denial against Secret. The Jaegers are the cheese. They'll definitely take that. Having a second life on your PL, or potentially the Brewmaster if he gets exploded before he can get the split off. This is where you can look instead.
Yep, it's all about target selection. You've got buyback on everyone except for the Undying, the Lion, and the Earth Spirit. So really just the supports. Nisha doesn't have the gold quite yet, but he should be able to farm it in the jungle before this Roche spawns up. You have Vision as well. Secret, you camp this high ground. VP, be careful. You've got a BKB and a gem on Pasha, but he's going
Brewmaster, he may have to BKB pretty early. Doesn't want to do it for just the burst. The kick flies forward, and Ramsey charges in towards Nisha. Wants to bait out this BKB. Won't happen just yet. The Master wasn't great. The Ravage is even better. BKB will protect the Brewmaster, but PL doppelgangers. He's trying to run away. He needs time for this heart to kick in. The soul assumption damage won't do enough, and the Magnetize makes it difficult for Team Secret to keep the chase going. They are just doing the work. Even ES is able to rolling boulder away. The Dagon defensive imprisonment, actually saving his life for the moment. But OD, he will drop. Shaman's in trouble. He's already going to blink forward. Looking for the shackle. He wants to get the kill, but Randy still won't die. Inside the river, Solo's running out, but it's all about the kills. Nisha will die to the Pugna, and Ramses, he is regenerating so quickly. He's ready to fight again. The Odie's brought back. He's burning out the mana of the Undying. Now they can deal with this, and it's charging forward from Virtus Pro. They've got the momentum with them. A double kill for Ramses. They clean up the tombstone, and that's a long time dead on 2 of Team Secret. Only buyback on the Shaman, but no wards, no Eclipse, no Ravage. VP look to end this and force a 4th game. They want to win their first land in China, but they'll have to work hard. The Lotus Orb Tidehunter, they're looking to do something against him. He has no Ravage. He is purely a distraction. You're following the rabbit right now. You've got to focus on the finish line. Tier 4 towers to be brought down, but where is the Team Secret fight? No Eclipse. You got BKB OD. He doesn't have Blink Dagger, so they'll see him coming from a mile away. Ravage still on cooldown. Another Anchor Smash. The open up of the Ancient with the Tier 4 towers dropping. The PL looks for his target again. It's all about slowing him down. Tidehunter is buying time for Nisha to respawn. Lotus Orb after Lotus Orb, but now they drain up the Tidehunter. He can't do much about this, but maybe he can kill off solo. Another Anchor Smash, but no. Silence, stun, Zai. He is taking it for this team so damn hard because he's got buyback available. Fortification from Team Secret. They're ready to fight. Nisha, he's up. He doesn't have birds available, but he's got the damage. They just don't have enough Virtus Pro. They're not meant to have damage issues here. They've got sustain, but with a Hex on PL, Randy's dropping low. Crimson Guard's protecting him for the moment, but they're still going to focus on the dire ranges. Keep Zai away. Don't let that Anchor Smash get in range of the PL so they can just finish the job. 1500 HP, but Zai, once again, he's just stalking Ramses. Don't give him the damage. Everyone's back up from Team Secret. They keep the fight going with the Mad Circle for the sound. It's going down. GG, Virtus Pro. Secret make them work so hard. Game 1 and Game 2, they were slapped in the face, but Game 3, Virtus Pro, they take it, they push it back, and Game 3 lasts longer than Game 1 and Game